What's up, polyglots? Good afternoon. Today, it's a Valentine's Day, and I want to tell you about how people, start relationships in Zimbabwe and how it leads to marriage. So the first thing, unlike in other countries, for example, in Muslim countries, for example, in Algeria, if you want to approach a girl, your parents have to go and talk to the girl, not you yourself. But I know that things are changing, and it was also the same in Zimbabwe. It used to be the same, where the parents would go and talk to the girl, but now it's no longer the case. It's more like in Algeria these days, where the guy goes and talks to the girl, even via WhatsApp, via internet. Facebook, Instagram. Okay, so in Zim, you also do the same. You talk to the girl. Let's say you meet a girl on the bus or somewhere you're walking or at school, I don't know, on Facebook, the girl that you like, just text a message and then you talk to the girl. If the girl accepts, then you you start the relationship. If it's a face-to-face, like how we used to do it, when you were in high school, you talk to the girl, and then the girl, let's say the girl accepts. We used to write letters. Maybe she writes a letter, she responds, and then you go and you meet the girl. So normally the question was, how do I know that you love me? So just that when that question comes, the person needs a hug or a kiss or something. Okay, and then the relationship starts, and later on, you keep on meeting with the girl. If you are dating a Zimbabwean girl, just avoid one thing. When you tell her to come in town, let's say in Harare, you want to meet, they normally say, let's meet at KFC, let's meet at Chicken Inn is like KFC, but the guys always avoid meeting in those places because she wants to spend some money with you. So just try to meet her maybe at maybe a service station or somewhere, okay, or at a church. That's actually the best place to meet. So later on, you may meet the friends, some cousins. Later on, you can even go and meet the parents, okay, and so that continues like that, and then you go. Okay, so once you meet the parents, and then the relationship continues. You can even visit. Okay, it's not like in Algeria where you can't visit the parents, I don't know, before you get engaged. In Zim, engagement is very rare. People do it, but it's not something that is common. Later on, in Zim, there's something that is called kutizira. It's like ways of getting married. Kutizira is also a way of getting married. Let's say we are dating someone, and then you go to see the guy, and then you come back late. Let's say you come back around 7, depends on the family, 9, 10. They might tell you to go back where you were, and then that's kutizira. You start staying with the guy before you even formalize the marriage. You're already married, okay? Or that might happen also when you are pregnant. You fall pregnant because in Zim, sex is just like drinking tea. Like you can have it anytime you want. So it's not that strict. It's not like Muslim countries, where it's forbidden. So if a girl falls pregnant, then you get married. Like that's kutizira also. Okay, it's also another way of getting married. And then there are also some girls who just decide to stay with you. Maybe the guy also says just move in. We call it move in. So you can just move in, and then you start staying together. That's not a formal marriage, but you are married. Later on, you can formalize everything. Okay, and then there's also a traditional marriage where you go and you pay lobola or bride price. Okay, that range is not depending on the family. You may be asked to pay 5,000 US dollars depending on the family, 3,000 US dollars. But the cows, you have to pay cows like at 10 depending on the family, also 10, but it varies from 9, 10, some even go up to 12 cows that you have to pay. On top of that, 15k that you 5k, 5,000 US dollars that you have. So after that, the traditional marriage, you can go up to to do the wedding. The wedding, white wedding, that's what people normally do in Zimbabwe. Okay, or you go to the court. Those people, some people prefer to go to the court because maybe they don't have enough money. They don't want to go and have their wedding in the church, so they just go to the court, and then they'll get married there. Okay, and then after that, what happens? Okay, so after that, then the girl comes home, and some people go for honeymoon, but if it's a traditional thing, then you come depending also on the tribe or the place where you get married. Some aunties, they say when you come, there's a ceremony that you have, and then they give you a room with your boyfriend, and then they give you a white sheet where you sleep. When you sleep on that white sheet, if you're a virgin, then they have to see some blood in the morning there. That blood is very important, for some people, because they will, as a guy, if the girl was a virgin, you have to pay a cow that you have to pay. Okay. It's called what? I've forgotten the name of the it's called the chimanda. You have to pay that cow, and then once you okay, so that cow has to be eaten by everyone in the village. So people come, and they celebrate, celebrating virginity. And then, so if the girl was not a virgin, the guy will have to cut, just put a hole on that white sheet, and then send it back to the family so that they will know that the girl was not. So they will not expect to receive a cow. Okay. But these days, because some people want, to be proud of their, wives and stuff, they want the wife to be respected, so they just buy, a little bit of blood, or just get, chicken's blood, and then they put, on the sheet, just some spots, and then they give the sheet, and then they'll pay the cow. Sometimes it might be a problem, later on when people have a dispute, the guy will start saying, we used the chicken's blood, we're not even what, which is very unfortunate. Okay. So the ceremony that you do when the girl arrives at home is just we call it kupemberera. It's like just a ceremony where the girl covers herself with her aunt inside the sheet, and then they'll walk on the knees, kneeling, and then after like 1 meter, 2 meters, they stop. You have to give them money to move from there until they get inside the house, and then for them to eat, you have to pay them some money to uncover the face, to greet them, give them some money until the end of the ceremony. Okay. Then after that, we go to kusungira. The girl now is pregnant. When she's pregnant, after, you have to send her back to her family, but you also go and do a little bit of, there's a ceremony that you also have to do. You go with a cow. That cow, if the girl was a virgin, that's when you go with that cow and a goat. But if she wasn't, then you just go with a goat, and then you have to, because now she's pregnant, when she's around 7 months, 6, 7, you send her back to her family. You pay that one. You give the cow. You give the goat, and then you leave her there with her family. Okay. Then when she has to give birth there, because there are some complications, she needs to be comfortable with her family, with her mother, so after giving birth, your aunt, the guy's aunt, will go and pick the wife and the kid, then they come back home. Okay. Right. And okay, so that's it. And when they come back home, people will come, with some gifts to see the baby and stuff. Some families, they say, if you don't have a gift, you cannot see the baby. Hello, come here, Maya. Okay, then they'll tell you, you cannot see the baby because you don't have. Okay, but there are different kinds of getting married. We've talked about kusungira, we've talked about the traditional one, and there's also the other one called msengabere. Msengabere is like you see a girl that you love, and then you just kind of kidnapping, kidnap the girl, and then you go with her to your place. Once she spends the night there, she cannot go back home. You are married. Okay, so you have to send someone with some money, or in the past they used to send someone with some maize or a goat or something to say, I'm the one with your daughter, and that's all. Okay, then you are married. That one, I think it wasn't cool because it violated human rights and stuff. And there was another one called kujarira. Kujarira is like, you are not rich, you don't have, anything, and there is a family, they have food and everything. So you tell them, give us food, provide us with food, and then we will give you a daughter. When I give birth, then I'll give you my daughter to get married to you. That was also, kind of, violating people's rights, because imagine you're 2 years old, or now you've grown up, they will tell you that I actually have your husband already, who is maybe that time is already 40 years old, but you have to get married to that person because it's an agreement between the families. Okay. Then there is another one called chigaramapiwa. Like your aunt or your sister is married, your sister dies. When she dies, you have to go and replace her. Okay, so you have to go and stay with your husband. Now you are married. It's kind of, as long as the parents agree, sometimes if you also have to agree, but in many cases, even if you don't agree, you just have to go and stay with the guy. Okay, so that's a brief, I've tried to make it short, but that's all. And this is different, I'll tell you next time about how people do it in Namibia, how people do it in South Africa and other countries. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Today's Valentine. Don't forget to give your girlfriend, your boyfriend a gift. Girls always want to receive gifts. Also give him a gift. Mashi Hagda, Allah, Mashi Hagda. Also give him a gift. They also want to, guys also want to receive. So thank you so much. Share the video, put a like, and then give your comment. If there is anything interesting that you want to, to tell us, or if there's something that you have liked, any questions. Okay. Thanks so much. Good luck.